Good morning, guys. Theo here of Common Sense. Today we're going to be talking about why continuously failing. So, breaking the fast early, having that unplanned cheat meal, skipping that workout, why that is in fact succeeding. So, obviously, some elaboration is necessary for this. It's not literal, it's not that if you always break every fast early, always go for the cheat meal, always skip the workout, then yeah, that's just failing. That's not gonna work out. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you why failures and mistakes has to be part of a growth process, a transformation process, reaching some kind of goal, learning some new kind of skill. Failure and mistakes needs to be a part of that. It's good. It's in fact impossible to do it any other way. So where do we start with this? Well, I guess a lot of people have this all or nothing mentality, and that can mean different things. By the way, I'm that kind of person that when I finally get involved in something, I just go head into it, all or nothing like that. I've been all or nothing. I've been all in on the health and fitness for 4 years. But for a lot of people, it just means that they have like two drives. It means that either they're like, I'm motivated now, I go on this diet, I will be going to the gym this often, and then they do. And they do for a few weeks or something. But then when something comes up, oh, there was a lot extra at work, or a lot of this going, la-di-da, you missed out on some workouts and ended up doing some worse food choice a few times. And it's like, now I lost it. Oh, I was doing so well for these 3 weeks. Better just let it go. Better just eat more junk food and not go to the gym again. That's how a lot of people do it. But the thing is, the difference between those people and the people that get the results is not that the people that get the results just are perfect and know how to do things perfect. No, it is the opposite, that they have also had those things happen when they fail or make some kind of mistake or have to go outside the plan, what they had planned to do. They had to do something else, but that they've done that over and over and over and dealt with those situations and overcome them in the end. Do you understand? So the point I want to make here really is that, people don't understand how everything for human beings are the same. Like how we learn things, how processes when we enter new things, when we change in so many different, seemingly different things. It works the same. Like, let me do this analogy I just came up with real quick. If you see 5 juggling balls here lying on the ground, and you can imagine what it's like, what it looks like when someone is juggling the 5 of them, just because you can do that, it would be ridiculous to expect that you can just pick up these 5 balls and juggle them without failing if you've never done that before, right? And this can be compared to if you're skinny fat or just overweight person that has a shit diet, you eat junk food and you don't exercise. It's like seeing this lifestyle with a now good diet and training. It's like seeing these juggling balls and thinking, I'll just pick them up and start juggling and it's fine. No, you're bound to fail because this is not who you are right now. This is the point. But the difference is that when you fail, will you just go like, I guess the balls are just on the ground, I'll go away? Or are you going to pick them up and try again? And are you going to practice awareness and observe what is it exactly that I'm failing at? Okay, if I throw the ball a little like this, you're gonna, this is what the processes always look like. Like, think of anything else that doesn't seem so like, I don't know, like a challenge to you, just something, a skill. Like the fucking juggling balls. You would never think that, I should just be able to be perfect and do this skill, right? I would be able to drive a car when I've never done it, I would be able to fly an airplane without ever done it. No, none of these things. And so, of course, when you train for something like flying a plane, you have to make sure that you can't make too big mistakes when you actually fly the plane. But it's a little special like that, and you can do the simulation and stuff. But the point is, like, I can take many examples for myself, like the panic attacks I went through. Of course, the thing I want to be able to do there is just appear in situations that right now give me panic without getting panic. I want to be chill. But I have to fail in the sense that I have to even get the panic that can be, can be seen as a failure, because that's what I don't want that to happen, right? But then it's like, okay, can I stay here and overcome it? And but many times I fail in the sense that I freak out too much and I have to go. But then the point is that I didn't just land be like, okay, I guess my life is just sitting at home now, so I don't get the panic attacks. No, it is, I have to get up again. I have to. So the point is, the people that just fail at something over and over, you've seen these kinds of people too. They always go on the diet, they lose the weight, and then it slowly creeps back up. Or now the guy is motivated, now he's going to the gym again, and he's going to be doing that for a while until he has a big party come up, and he's going to be hungover for days, and then he's going to lose the habit. That's one thing, because that's completely unaware failing. You have to practice awareness and observation at the same time, is the point. Because this is a way, this is the way I view it actually. Like us humans, in our nervous system, we have programming loops, just kind of like robots or whatever. We have the scripts. Ours are more complex, but they aren't really all that complex, But the way I see it, so what it means that we have loops and programming, it's that the way we currently are, our habits, the way we live our life, basically, that's the easiest thing for us to do always, because that's the code that we have right now. Going against that, that's what you have to do to rewrite the code, going against it repeatedly and for long enough so that the code changes and this new behavior becomes part of the new you, the way you are right now. So the way I view it, if we see the loop as on a daily basis, we go through the same loop, because if you start thinking about your days, there's going to be some things that might be similar. I wake up at around the same time. In the mornings I do these kinds of things. I work at around this time, and I go to the gym at around this time. I eat at around these times. You have, and some of these things might be more irregular to you depending on who you are, but we have some things that are kind of set like that. But around this, a lot of little, mini changes can happen. I can't go to the gym at that time today because I have a doctor's appointment. I guess I'll have to put it there instead. Or, I was late to this thing because I ran into this person, or because the bus was late, la-di-da. You see, little differences can happen in the days, but it's not something that we can't manage at all. We're able to tackle these little differences, right? But if something came up that like completely flips our day upside down, we might get lost and be like, shit, I don't know what to do, But so the point there is that we can't often do huge changes and just be fine with it immediately if we aren't if it isn't like part of the skill set we currently have, that we're good at dealing with this kind of situation, But if things get too thrown off, we can't deal with it, but we can deal with little differences like that. So what my point with this is that what you do when you fail, when failing is succeeding, is when you're going through some process of change and you fail, whatever it is. You break the fast when you were not supposed to, you had a cheat meal, you weren't supposed to, you didn't go to the gym, But what you have to do is you have to be extremely aware and observe yourself all the time. Like, okay, why did I have that cheat meal this time? Or why did I break the fast this time? It was when this happened, I really started thinking about this. And though finally, after having this inner, I couldn't take it anymore, I broke the fast, So what do you do then? Okay, next time, this thing that happened that made it more difficult for me to stay with the fast, how can I avoid that the next time? And then you come to that moment the next time, and let's say in this example it worked. You managed to avoid the thing that triggered you to break the fast early, and this time it worked. Well, it's not always like with my panic attack example. I had to fail so many times over and over before I actually could appear in situations and not get panic. But what do you see? It's by making, in the big loop that we have, always doing the little step to the side and changing our route a little bit. And when we don't manage to, we stop and think like, why? What happened? Why is that? What's really going on here? How can I make it different? This thing that I identified as the problem here, how can I remove that from the whole equation? have the same situation again and then deal with it. Do you understand, like that? And so I say failure and mistakes because failure is more when you like outright know that I didn't do the thing I was supposed to. I didn't go to the gym I was supposed to. I had a cheat meal that I wasn't supposed to, etc. But mistakes just kind of mean, you know, you are not always aware that you're making a mistake as you're doing it. But that's important too. You know, everyone is looking for the best diet, the best training program. And look, if you think back to, I've done great results myself these 4 years that I've been training and living the holistically healthy lifestyle. But looking back to some of the things I did earlier on, I did so much worse. But you see, I apparently could make results still. I didn't have to be perfect. But it's also because of the mistakes I've made in the past that led to some injuries or just suboptimal training results, that when I try other things, I'm like, you know, I can compare them because I've done the mistakes first and then I do something else and notice that that is better. You know, it was necessary for me to arrive at that point. So yeah, guys, this is the point really. I want to tell you a story about a client I have actually, last thing I do. He's doing great, by the way, and he's probably gonna watch this video. But for him, it turned out that his biggest crutch was the booze in the whole equation. Like he, as all of us, like even as my former self, it's just a whole lifestyle, you know, the package where you kind of end up skinny, fat, and not too happy, basically, you know. But it turns out that alcohol is the biggest thing for him. And so it's been a few times when there's been some drinking that wasn't supposed to happen according to the plan and la-di-da. But the guy has, you know, a lot of self-awareness, and he reflects a lot on himself. And in his log that I have with the clients, he writes his thought about what happened and how he'll do it the next time, and it's been great to see because, and I've been having to tell this guy that you are doing great right now, because we can always look at, but I shouldn't be drinking at all, for instance. And it's like, yeah, but you're trying to pick up the 5 juggling balls and juggling them right now. Right now, you always have this hack when you're juggling or whatever, the booze, you know. And I get lost in the metaphor, but the point is, it's not. If you have a problem with something, the only other is that I don't have anything to do with that at all. There are in-between steps here, and when you can quit something cold turkey, that's great, you know. It's obviously the most effective or fastest way like that. But if that just isn't possible, then you have to see drinking less often and making better choices, maybe more wine or booze, you know, than beer. And you drink less in total. This is progress. This is good. Yes, compared to some kind of ideal state, it's not good, but you're making the progress. And this is what I mean. You have to be able to make mistakes and fail, or not be perfect. But the point is, you just acknowledge, you're just aware of this, and make sure that overall, you know, the wins stack up. You stack more wins than losses, you know, and little by little, by observing yourself and practicing the awareness, you'll be able to gradually change more and more and more until some things you won't have a problem with at all anymore. For me, for instance, alcohol, definitely, even if I can't say that when all this happened that it was the main issue I had, but definitely something I was relying on heavily, you know. That kind of sort of happened. I was drinking less and less. Now, even when I don't describe myself as a sobrietist, that I literally never drink, I almost always end up not drinking in these situations. It was a gradual thing. Same thing with junk foods for me. I couldn't just quit cold turkey completely with anything, you know, junk food tasting, basically. I had to gradually phase it out and find these alternatives, you know, sweetened, artificially sweetened candy kind of things, you know, until eventually, you know. So, and then when I arrived at this point, then it doesn't matter that I wasn't perfect all the way on my way there, right? That's the point I want you to understand. That even when you're failing, when you're like, why did I do this again? Why did I binge again? Why did I break the fast again? Why did I not go to the gym? Or why did I not push myself so hard as I should have? It's like, yeah, think about that. Think about what little thing you can make different in the future. And if you, because of this failure, and the realization, the thoughts you had from it, manage to do it better the next time, then you are succeeding. That's the whole point that it took me 15 minutes to make here. But yeah, I guess I just want people to understand what the process has to look like. It isn't all, just sunshine and rainbows. That I found the perfect diet and program that I just was able to go on and do perfectly and just have linear progress and everything is going well and I'm never making any mistakes or failing ever. Does never look like that with anything. Failure and mistakes are a necessary part in order for you to learn how the thing works. Okay guys, longer than expected here in the morning. Now I'm gonna go hit the gym early. When I wake up at like 3, I tend to go to the gym at 6, which I don't prefer otherwise, but yeah, I've been waking up at 3 some days. That happens when you fall asleep before 8 in the evening. But please comment, let me know what you think guys. If this helped you change your perspective for a bit, please like. All comments and likes help support the channel. You've been good lately, keep it up. We're growing the channel, very much appreciated. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, all that kind of cool shit guys. Okay, I will see you later. Peace.